Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Moving Podcast. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you guys are having good holidays with your fam. I've been MIA for a little bit. Just did some channel renovations or studio renovations, so I'm back. And I wanted to talk about Antonio Brown. You know, I never miss an Antonio Brown topic when I can because this guy has gone off his rocker nonstop. And this time around, he takes a big shot at Hall of Fame former Dallas Cowboys receiver, host on Undisputed, Michael Irvin, right? I am not going to show Antonio Brown's tweet, his rant about Michael Irvin, because it is pretty foul. He refers to Michael Irvin's alleged drug use back in the day. He says that, Michael Irvin is but not from Broward County or not from Miami or whatever. He's from Broward, and it's not good. This is the ultimate disrespect that you can, especially for a receiver to a receiver, especially like Antonio Brown's a great receiver in his own right, obviously, and we'll get into that. But to say this about one of the greats of Michael Irvin, part of that Cowboys dynasty in the 90s, I mean, this Antonio Brown, this man has no filter. We know that already. I'm not saying anything new, but I mean, at some point, can you dial it back just a little bit, right? He is so upset with Michael Irvin and his list of receivers that he has given out a few days ago on Undisputed. He said Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin himself, Drew Pearson, Tyreek Hill are his Mount Rushmore as wide receivers. Now, for me, listen, any Mount Rushmore that has Jerry Rice, okay, I'm okay with, right? But and Tyreek Hill, fine, he's new, but what you've seen Tyreek do his first few years has been Hall of Fame worthy in itself, right? So, no knock on that. Michael Irvin's a good receiver. You can put him up there if you want to. I mean, look, I like Marvin Harrison. I like, what's the other guy? Oh, sorry. Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about those guys? But hey, it's his Mount Rushmore, so it is what it is, right? But for AB to come at him, this is why he's probably not gonna get in the Hall of Fame, right? Now, I think the Hall of Fame should be left to what you've done on the field, but now, listen, when the player is demonstrating poor behavior on the field, being a horrible teammate, as Antonio Brown was towards the middle and latter end of his career, okay, and then he's taking random shots at Tom Brady and going off the cuff, and he's calling his GM, his former GM at the Oakland Raiders, I think it was Mike Mack at the time, a racial slur, and also calling former Steelers offensive coordinator a racial slur. Like, come on, man. And Antonio Brown has the numbers, right? He has the numbers to back it up. He don't need to say anything else, okay? Be quiet for a few years, do some charity work, turn over a new leaf, pretend you're doing something good in the community, okay? And people can see the good you're doing, and they're like, you know what? Antonio Brown was one hell of a player, and he does have the numbers to back it up. This is compared to Michael Irvin, right? Now, I know it's a different era, different league at the time. Michael Irvin was a much more physical NFL than the one Antonio Brown played in. But nonetheless, Antonio Brown's numbers still stand pretty well. I mean, he has more reception yards. He also was a punt return specialist as well, has 1,700 plus yards in returning. So, I mean, and I believe he has more touchdowns as well. So, Antonio Brown is a he's a Hall of Fame talent, should be in the Hall of Fame if you put it in a vacuum, and he can, and listen, like, I can put Antonio Brown on Mount Rushmore if I'm not gonna get in my feels about how he's been off the field. Yes, Antonio Brown is phenomenal. He was my favorite receiver for a very long time, right? And it's just all the on the field, off the field antics has just kind of blurred my view of him, and it's just kind of like, you know what? Can you imagine Antonio Brown with a Hall of Fame jacket? Him showing his ass. I mean, no way, right? Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Do I want him in the Hall of Fame? No, right? That's my take on it, because it's stuff like this. When you disrespect Michael Irvin, Michael Irvin ain't perfect, but Michael Irvin seems like a good dude. He tries to be reasonable. He's an analyst. He's played the game at a high level. Obviously, he's a champion, everything like that. And he gave his list. Okay, in the NBA, many players give their list out, and you don't see other players coming at other Hall of Fame players with this much venom. You know what I'm saying? They may have a joke or some disagreements, but to say that you're gonna, refer to his drug use and his past, and say you want to slap the bleep out of him, that is wildly crazy. But this is AB though. We're not surprised. This is how he's been. He always finds ways to be in the spotlight. And right now he wants to take a shot at Michael Irvin. Because what is Antonio Brown doing, right? He ain't on the field playing. I think he's still making music. I don't know. I don't know what his financial situation looked like. He just owned a team, and his team got booted out the league, and he got booted out. Couldn't pay the operation costs and everything like that. He was selling fake Richard Milles at one point, allegedly, and stuff. There's a lot of things going on with Antonio Brown that's just not there, right? People are going to point to that CTE possibly. So anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about this. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.